The biggest question I have for you, which my team will not allow me to forget, is how you gonna get that story out? That story that you've been waiting to tell, that thing you got in your heart, how you gonna get it out to the people you care about, or to the people that potentially care about you, right? I'm in a space where I've done social for so long, and I'm very in tune with the hearts of my people, my kids, my wife, my team. I am very in tune to say that I do this ethically. And a lot of you guys want to tell your story, but you don't know how to do it ethically, and I think I can help you do that. Are you interested in me teaching you how to do that? That's just something I got to put out there. I need to know. The reason why I need to know that is because we got some people on the team who will chomping at the bit to flex what we do. Now, what I show you today, I'm not necessarily gonna show you some of the real flexing we do. Maybe next week I'm gonna really start to flex about like how we tell our stories and how we create our stuff. But I need to know if you need to know. I need to know if you want it. If you want that course or that option to learn how we do things, how we tell our stories, how we create our music, how we do things ethically. We always start with our strength. We always think about intention, obstacle, solution. We think about story loops and all that stuff. We're paying attention to a lot of the storytelling, like 101 stuff, but also we've created our own jargon and own like opportunity to listen to our children's voices and the voices of our community. I've learned so much. I don't want to keep it to myself. Are you interested? Do you want a course? I need to know. Okay. Yesterday, I talked a lot about how great it is to be married to the woman I'm married to because she's incredible. Shout out to everybody who's here. Where y'all checking in from? I need to know where y'all at, where y'all checking in from. We are, I got some stuff to show y'all today, and I got some giveaways to give out because some people tapped in yesterday, and I said we're going to give away some merch, so we're going to give away that merch. But first, I need you to like the video. I need you to subscribe. I need you to share. Y'all know I be dropping these gems. I don't know why they got me doing this for free. I think we just trying to work out the kinks. But he's like, yo, go live, tapping with your people. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, dang, man, when I be speaking, I be dropping so many gems. I wonder if people are really catching them. You know what I mean? Like, I remember being in a space where I needed the voice of someone, and I just listened to their voice, not even able to really comprehend how I was going to use it, but I would go back now and listen to it because I'm in a season. So I was listening to stories about how people were CEOs and they own companies and how to treat employees and stuff like that long before I ever was a CEO, right? And so now, as we're in this space of being like, okay, I am creating this content, whoop-de-whoop, right? I'm creating the content I always wanted to make. Like, we're making the stuff I always wanted to make. So now that we're making the stuff I always wanted to make, I know some of y'all kind of like, dang, I want to make that too. I want to do it from this perspective, especially if you want to tell stories about family. I want to help you do that, right? But I got a bone to pick. I'm trying to drop 30, y'all. I got.
And you've lost weight.
I've lost weight. All right, so my wife and I have a podcast. It's called How Married Are You? Okay. This podcast, let me go back here. This podcast is essentially my wife and I talking about how amazing it is and how difficult it is to be married to someone else. What you have to kind of compute in your mind, what you have to think about, the things you have to sacrifice, the things you have to struggle through. We talk about that stuff on How Married Are You? Yesterday, I gave my wife a lot of flowers. Okay, I told you guys how great this woman is, and it is true. She is amazing. But watch how she leaves me hanging. Watch this. This is the intro. It's the intro to our podcast right here, right? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up. I'm trying to drop 30, y'all.
And you've lost weight.
I've lost weight. I lost about 10 pounds.
That's something to celebrate.
That is something to celebrate. So, hallelujah.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Melanin.
And I'm Belief Mel.
And we're here.
My bad, that was real loud. But
with episode 212 of
How Married Are You? Okay, my name Belief. This is Yvette. We married 13 years. Live in California. We got 4 kids. Relationship scary, very necessary. We share our love or struggles. We ask how married are you every Tuesday and Thursday, Shar. Look how she leaves me hanging. All right, so check it out. We supposed to say this one part of the song together, right? Right? We go. You want to have some of that? Yeah, come over here. Come over here, man. My homie James is getting the let me see this real quick. We're getting the organic protein in the office. We got it in the office. My homie James is asking this right in the middle of the live. Now we got 2 things up there. I don't know why he chose to ask me this right in the middle of the live. But of course, man, I'm not stingy.
You know, I'm trying to respect your.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. He knows I don't really eat that much, so I only got a couple things I could eat. So he asked me if it was okay, but I had to put him on blast. Big shout out to James. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, can you still hear me, Jordan? JP? All right, cool. So watch how my wife leaves me hanging right here, okay? She's supposed to sing the song with me. And this is what happens. Look.
Chocolate.
Now check this out. If you watching this, married people know the conversation we just had. And I didn't even say anything. Watch this.
212 of How Married Are You?
Okay, my name Belief. This is Yvette. We married 13 years. Live in California. We got 4 kids. Relationship scary. Now this part right here, she's supposed to go, how married are you? She looks at the screen that we're watching, and then she goes, she just doesn't participate. And in my mind, you're gonna see me go, yo, help me out. Talk. Are you gonna leave me hanging? Or are you really gonna leave me hanging? And that's how the whole thing works. Very necessary. We share our love or struggles. We ask how married are you every Tuesday and Thursday, shawty. If you're listening, you're in the wedding party. It's okay if you wanna put your hands up. You got the. I'm like, help me. I'm like, help me out. She just left me hanging, man. No, we not doing that, man. It's 2024, man. You've been married 13 years. Act like you married. Questions, we got the answers.
It's chocolate baby story time.
Chocolate babies. Now she don't even know, but when I'm saying those lines, I'm counting on her to help me out so I could catch my breath. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't take a deep enough breath, and I was irritated. So now, but watch how I covered it after that. What's done is done. Watch how I give it so much grace and love. After. Story time.
It's chocolate baby story time.
1, 2, 3, and
You messed with the sign, and I was moving in the background. You see that?
yeah.
That's what I was looking at. I was confused.
That's okay. That's okay. I was pissed. I was so upset that she left me hanging like that. I'm like, man, see, this is why I just got to count on me. But anyway, in this episode, we put this video out yesterday, and I'm sorry if the sound is only on one side. We had some technical difficulties that we're figuring out. But we put this video out yesterday, and I wanted to talk about a particular part in this video because people were asking about it. But there was a segment where someone asked us a question about what do you do? How do you tell your story when you live with the people you want to tell your stories about? Like, I want to talk about my family, but I live with my family. I don't want to dishonor them, but I don't also want to keep the story to myself. So I kind of talk about it a little bit here, and I'm gonna let y'all listen to it. But it's really important. If you have a story to tell, just type story in the chat. Right? Just type the word story in the chat. I want to know if you got a story to tell. If you have something in your heart where you kind of like, man, I want to share my story, but I also don't want to dishonor anybody, or I don't know how to tell my story correctly. Like, I want to know if that's you. And don't forget y'all to like, subscribe, and all that stuff to the videos, and follow the page and all that. We about to do this giveaway. You got them names, Brandon? All right. We're gonna do these names. We're gonna do these in a little bit. All right, but let me get on my little tangent right here. Thank you so much, sir. Oh, they also donated? What? Oh, man. Oh, man, this is beautiful. Okay, check this out. I'm going to play this for a little bit, and we're going to get into it. You know what I'm saying? And this is why, respectfully, I don't listen to a lot of white thoughts about me. Okay? I said a lot right there. Let's go back a little bit. I said a lot right there, right? But I'm about to tell y'all why. Right? So I realized about something about me today, right? Let me play this, but Pete. Before us know why we make the decisions we make. And so, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, that's your fault. That's your problem. That's not my problem. Once it's my story, then it's mine. And I get to tell it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what the reason is to pretend that we not all in pain or we're not all experiencing something that we're trying to work through. I think it not only benefits the culture we live in to have a little bit more understanding about where people are at or people are, it benefits our children. And it also helps the people that came before us know why we make the decisions we make. And so I'm
Come before us or after us?
before us, like parents. You know what I'm saying? Like it helps us know, like, hey, this is why I'm making this decision, right? Because otherwise they don't even know. My mother didn't know I was suicidal at 9. She had no idea. Or yeah, she didn't know then, and she didn't know about me at 19, like ready to, in my life. So when you get to that point, like no one really understands exactly your experience. We just assume because people know us, they know what we think and they know how we feel. But they only know what we allow them to. And so there's value in sharing your pain. There's something about Black culture that really bugs me. You know what I'm saying? And this is why, respectfully, I don't listen to a lot of white thoughts about me. I don't listen to a lot of people who don't look like me. Like, I don't listen to a lot of like, hey, when they judge me for the decisions I make and how we share our content. This is like big for me. They have a different perspective. And I know this is not all white people, because I know a lot of white people understand exactly what I'm talking about and they have my exact same experience. You know what I'm saying? But they're just not Black. But there's something about our culture that feels like how we present ourselves is more valuable than who we actually are. And it's really a disservice to all the people around us. It's a disservice to our spouses. It's a disservice to our children, because we're actually teaching our children that it's okay for us to pretend and show up one way, but really live another. I think our parents, and this is as a millennial, I would say our parents as millennials, they don't necessarily show their hurt. They get past it and they don't talk about it. So now that I'm like, hey, I was hurt by this, they're like, bro, just move on from that. Right? But my hurt actually influences the way I make all my decisions. That hurt, I don't want to do that again. I'm not saying that. All right, so let me get into this real quick. I'm here as a way to say I'm not upset about how I was raised. I just didn't, I wasn't enthusiastic about becoming a father because I didn't know that being a parent was like something to look forward to. And we don't even know that we are teaching our children how they are to treat our grandchildren. We don't even know that. We don't know that we're teaching our children how they're supposed to be treating themselves by how we engage as an adult. And now, one of the things I'm most grateful for is having a son like Theo. Theo is the type of person to ask you a question that makes you think about the rest of your life, right? So he asked me a question and he's like, or he tells his mom, like, oh, mom, one day they go roller skating. And he's like, Mom, do you know how to roller skate? And she's like, yeah. He was like, I didn't know adults knew how to have fun. That's what he said to her. And she was like, what do you mean? And so he's like, oh, I got to teach my son that it's okay to have fun as an adult because he doesn't know that. And I'm like, exactly. Like, we don't do a good job of showing our children that adults have an amazing, fun life. We don't do a good job showing the fact that parenting is a blessing, right? We don't do a good job of showing that marriages are worth it. We don't do a good job of that because everyone is so concerned to like of how they pretend to be instead of showing us how to get it right. Like they want to show you the highlight reel instead of what it really takes. And I'm just kind of like, that's not going to work for me. And that's why we need to own our stories. And who cares how it looks? And there's a lot of people that like will say, parents shouldn't show their children because it's exploitative and it's or we shouldn't go to these places because we mess up this and I'm kind of like, don't tell me what I do. Do you know who I am? Like, do you know when I walk into a room, people get more value? We don't need that. When we walk into a room, we don't need people. People, when I step into a room, everyone who's in the room is going to get more value than I'm going to get out of the room. And that's just because I walk into a space as a giver, right? And most of us, we walk into a space as like people that can add value to the people in the room. They're going to be blessed by your presence. But just because you don't know how to be a blessing to an atmosphere or a blessing to a community to tell your story correctly, don't get mad at me because I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, you grow up in a place where you're trying to honor the people around you and make sure everybody's good with their situations and their life, and you're trying to treat people well. Like, don't get mad when you see somebody else who's treating themselves well and they're benefiting off of it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't tell a story like I can. I don't like the way you pacing around, bro. What you doing? What you doing? You good?
Yeah, take your business.
Oh, okay, cool. I was like, what's going on, man? The way you pacing, I'm like, what am I doing wrong?
I'm not looking at you again.
All right, cool. Yo, real talk. This is not on some like, they just not gonna get it. They are not gonna get it. And I'm not trying to say everybody needs to monetize every aspect of their life. But I am saying for those who are called, like, let us be called. Don't get mad at me because the phone ain't rang for you. This is my calling. This is what I'm doing. You don't have no business here. And so y'all got to recognize who you're talking to. You know what I'm saying? And the best thing for me early on was stepping into a space where I did not know what I was doing. When I became, I'm going to keep saying this. When I became a stay-at-home father, I really thought I knew that my life was going to be boring and stay-at-home moms don't do anything all day, and I was off. I didn't know. I thought I was going to be bored. I thought it was going to be worthless. I didn't know that I was going to have such an impact on my children. I didn't know that my children were going to have such an impact on me. I didn't know that I would be able to see my wife in a different light. I didn't know that I would have a heart towards women in a certain way. I just didn't know. I did not know. And now that I've stepped into this space, I know for a fact that I don't know nothing about nobody else's life. So if I see somebody and they're struggling with something and they got an addiction or they got something going on with them, I cannot judge them for that because I don't know. I've never stood in their shoes. Now, once I stand in their shoes, it's different. But don't allow these people on the internet to make you feel, I'm sorry, they can't make you feel like nothing. You feeling that way. Don't allow these people on the internet to contaminate your thoughts of yourself. For real. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. All right. I'm going to go in on this real quick because we had some winners. We had 3 people who not only said that they wanted some merch in the last stream, they also donated monthly to our nonprofit, Belief in Good. So Belief in Good nonprofit is all about good people doing good work, right? So we're supporting good people who are doing good work. Here at our offices, we have had an amazing opportunity to, really change some kids' lives, helping them learn how to do film. We have some kids we're going to be mentoring and allowing to be interns. We're going to impact our local community. And that's something I wasn't good at in the beginning of our company because I was so focused on the internet life and making sure that I was safe on the internet. But now I recognize the fact that if we're not touching the people in like locally, if we're not really making a difference in our community, then it really doesn't matter how much we do on the internet because that's easy, right? Making a video and editing it and making yourself look great is easy, but actually being that same person when you walk outside that's hard, you know. And I'm not saying that was hard for me, but that's something I recognized that it was a strength we weren't really flexing. So if you guys aren't tapped in, if you're married, if you want to be married, if you're in a relationship, if you even think about relationships and you're like, man, I don't have enough practice with this, tap in with How Married Are You podcast. It's our podcast right here. My wife and I hosted together. It's lovely. Um, yeah. So the winners from yesterday is Adiola Nokoye. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Let me know if I'm not pronouncing that right. No, no, is it? Did you get to pronouncing it phonetically, or you just threw me out here for the wolves? Thank you so much. And we got Patricia Drayton. Thank you so much. You won, right? And these are all women, I think. And then we got Yvonne Martin. You guys are gonna win some merch. We got some merch coming your way. We got their emails, right? And we're gonna get their sizes. We got their address. We're gonna send them the stuff. Yep. Okay, cool. So we got our winners. Next week we're gonna do another giveaway for some merch. I appreciate y'all. We about to get into this one last thing though. Let me tell y'all what I did this weekend. On the weekends we go live. Okay. This Sunday we probably go live again, but this past Sunday we went live. Usually we go live on Saturdays, but didn't happen. So let me tell you what I did, man. I cut my son's hair live. We was live for like maybe 2 hours and some change. Bruh, I jacked these kids' hair up, man. Well, at least one of them I jacked up pretty bad. Look at what I did to Uzi. Let me get out the way. Aha. It ain't playing.
Not playing?
Not playing. Hey, did we I think when we took that thing out,
You know what?
I was right. Ha ha.
I didn't take it out.
Oh, you take it out? It's still in?
Um,
It's okay, man. We working out the
go to the
kinks.
download folder. Just drag and drop it in. The download.
Working out the kinks.
Downloads.
Hold on, let me get it. I got y'all. Give me a second. Now?
Yes.
All right, there you go. Let me help you.
First one to go live.
Take it easy. Is it oh, here you go. I got it. Young Leaf. Gonna figure it out. Boom. 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 All right, here we go. Okay, that's good.
I almost sweat.
Are you done, Ryan?
Yeah.
You done eating?
Wash your hands. I'm sure your fingers are oily.
No, they're not.
What? Wash your hands. What's up, babe?
Nobody's joining our live.
They're there. It takes a while to load on.
Oh. First one to get loaded. I see who it is. It better not be bamboozled.
Why not?
Or no, not bamboozled.
All right, watch this, yo. So I started cutting their hair. I put Uzi in the do-rag.
My new name is Anaya Zaya.
Hey, yo, big shout out, man. Somebody gave actually earlier. Somebody donated some resources. $1.99. Shout out to CC. Where you at, CC? Appreciate you. That's love. Let me see if anybody hit us with a question. I don't see no questions. That text too small, man. I am very blind in this season. All right, so I put Uzi in a do-rag. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to get that sting.
Oh, my new name is Auntie.
Uzi announced he don't like to be called Uncle Baby. All right, so I start cutting this dude hair, and now they want to do designs all the time. So they like, yo. So Uzi, he's like, man, can I get a lightning bolt? A lightning bolt? And I'm like, dang, I don't think I can do a lightning bolt. And usually I take him to the barber, but the barber's $30, man. Per head. Per head is $30. When I was a kid, it would cost $8 to $10 to get a haircut. If you wanted, a part in the design, it was $12. you know. And then when I got to high school, it was like 15. Now it's 30. So inflation is crazy. But if I got 4 kids or 3 kids, 3 boys, and myself, it's gonna be over $100 to get my hair cut. So I was like, absolutely not. I am definitely, um, I'm definitely cutting these kids' hair. Let me lay out all my. All right, so all these little guards, these are guards that you can buy separately as well. I'm about to put the links on there. All right, so check this out. I'm cutting this kid's hair.
I don't know what these other languages are saying, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. Like, he can't stay still. And I'm just trying to work through it, yo. And at some point, while cutting his hair, I realized that I'll mess it up, and it's bad. It's bad, bro. I was trying to get this dude a real cool design, and he wanted one real bad, and I was just like, I messed up.
Why are you just sitting there?
Oh, I was waiting for you.
What are they supposed to do?
Why are you?
The bubbles. Then yeah.
Well, it is quiet time, so I'm not sure what we're gonna do, but we are gonna prepare because it's gonna be. Can y'all see this? Can y'all see? Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can zoom in on here, yo, but I'm telling you, I did this dude's hair, and I was like, oh man, I'm so disappointed in myself.
What is that?
It's a comb.
Oh.
Okay.
Dad, can you do that? Things that brush my hair
Oh,
out?
don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, I was struggling.
I just don't think they're my style.
They don't. Okay, they're not your style. I was trying to use an eyebrow archer to like kind of shave it with a razor.
Sorry.
Why are you sorry?
Because I put this chair.
Okay.
Can I go next?
For a haircut?
Yeah.
No, you can't because you gotta lay your hair down a little bit. Oh, there it goes. I don't know if I got a good shot of it, man, but I jacked this boy hair up so bad. And I was like, man, I gotta stop doing this, man. Like, y'all gotta grow up. Like, sometimes it's hit or miss, man. Like, sometimes I'll be doing a good job with it, and sometimes I don't. And I'll be like, man, you gotta do better than that. Like, as a father, like, step your game up, bro. I mean, I could do a lot more than most, but at the same time, I want to be good at it. But it's just like, I'm just not good at it like I want to be. And I started out like I could draw and all that, man. I gotta get my life together. Anyway, Raya's hair didn't come out too bad. Let me see. I'm rating their own haircut. I would say I give my haircut for Uzi. His hair came out like maybe 4 out of 10. I say I could have got it a lot cleaner. Let me see. Yeah.
Likes to snatch it.
There it is.
Wait, that part? On that part?
Oh yeah, I messed up right here. No, I just gotta comb it down. Check it out. Look. Even my 4-year-old is telling me I'll jack this hair up. He like this part right here. What about this part? Boom, 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 boom.
Then
I was trying to make a part that faded in. So I get this joint maybe a 4 out of 10. I could have did so much better, man. I don't know if I'm moving too fast or what. I need help. You like it? Okay. He likes it though. Cool. That's all that matters, awesome. I guess. It looks clean.
But it was like a little bit too big, like that.
Yeah, it's a little bit too big. But you want to go look at it in the mirror?
No.
No. That kid is so handsome. It's so crazy how these kids, they don't look like me. And they look like their mom. They look like me a little bit, but man, they just some really beautiful looking kids, man. So let me rate this haircut right here. I don't know what I was trying to do with this. I was doing like a fade, but then like kind of like a triangle in the back. He's like a anime character. Like he like to look very defined and let me see this.
So when I gave you one, and then I
It's like the sisterhood of how we can't. But it's the sibling
would say this one is probably like a 6, 7 out of 10.
I don't like Pokemon. And for that,
7 out of 10 on the haircut. I gotta get better, man. The fade wasn't too bad, but it's kind of dark and light right here. I could have faded it in better.
Dream world.
You're in your own world.
No, he's not. He's laughing at me.
Yeah, I think I could have did. He likes this whole like triangle thing in the back.
Can you scratch this spot on the left side? Thank you.
Welcome.
We are going to be doing another How Married Are You live. We are.
Yeah. I gotta step my game up, man. Let me know if you got any other dads out there cutting hair, man. I'm struggling. Somebody said just blame it on them and say it was moving. He was moving. They be moving, but like it's no excuse. It's no excuse. I gotta do better. And Theo, he a regular degular. He don't like nothing shiny, no parts, nothing. He just real regular. So
Who asked that?
this how his cut came out.
He scratched his chin right after.
That was he was playing it off.
No, I'm not playing it off. You know, I can't wait to get these off. I know when I take these off, they're gonna stink.
Your hands gonna stink.
Oh, the cast.
Mark came over and he said his son got a cast, and he said it stinks under there. And
That was a terrible thing to say.
Yeah.
but it does.
Oh, you be sniffing in there,
Yeah.
sticking something in there and smelling it.
No.
Weird. I'll give this haircut probably like I say this is a solid 8. I'm gonna give myself some grace here because I didn't have to do anything special, right? And so, yeah, man, I'm gonna get better with these haircuts. Sometimes it's hit or miss. Sometimes I'm really good. Sometimes I'm not. But you know, I'm not a professional barber. You know what I'm saying? But I have been cutting hair since I was like 18, off and on. You know what I mean? So I should be better than I am, but I'm gonna step it up. All right, man, we're gonna hop into some Q&A real quick. Big shout out to everybody who's here, everybody who's tapped in. We are really trying to make sure that we are I'm consistent talking to the people. I have a lot of value to add, especially for parents as they're struggling through certain situations and areas. We have some really big things coming up. I cannot wait to share them with you guys, but right now we kind of have to wait until things are set in stone. Yeah, man, shout out to the people who are here from Baltimore. I'm definitely gonna head back home with the whole family and do an event out there. I don't know if that's gonna be late this year or next year. Make sure you guys are liking the video, sharing it. I want to talk to you guys about your story real quick. What is stopping you from telling your own story? What is the thing that's keeping you from telling your story? Is it not knowing what to say? Is it what other people are gonna think? What's stopping you? You know what I'm saying? What's stopping you? That's a really good question. So someone said, believe in the earlier years, a lot of videos were about parenting, but are you all going to do a big family road trip like the RV? Yes, absolutely. We doing that again. That's really what I enjoyed most about that kind of time frame was going on an adventure together, and that's what this new moment in my life is going to be all about. Is about adventure and doing the things I love to do. I'm gonna step into that a little bit more. But someone said, I asked, what's keeping you from telling your story? Someone said, my anxiety, right? Would people care about my own story? That's a really good one. What else? Let me see. Man, appreciate the love. How do you go live like this? I have no idea. This is my team. I have no idea. I think I'm live on how many platforms?
Three?
Three different platforms right now. So, um, yeah. Let me see. I don't quite know what to say about how to fashion it. Right? You don't know how to tell your story. What is stopping me is probably being judged and told what I should do instead of being proud of me. In psychology, there is a focus on parenting, and parenting certain personality traits can correlate with certain ways of parenting. Love y'all. All right, so let's get into it. Um, what people are gonna think, your anxiety, you don't know how to tell your story. That's fine. Those are all really good reasons to not do it. Um, I think there is a level of anxiousness about, even from now, like as I'm creating now, there's a level of like, man, like, I don't know if I want to go there. I don't know if I want to tell that part of my story. I don't know if I want people to know that about me or whatever. But here's the thing. Like, it's none of my business. Like, my anxiety is none of my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's going to keep me from telling, from other people being free, right? Like, my anxiety is stopping me from helping other people. Like, think about it. Like, you think your story's not valuable because you live in your head. And someone had to remind me, like, even when I was just rapping and I was MCing, they were like, yo, you don't have a normal life, right? Like, even if you live in America and you think your life is pretty normal, there are people who are overseas who are fascinated with what you think is normalcy. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it ain't for everybody, but if it's for you, you're going to know it because you're going to be talking to yourself and being like, damn, man, I want to tell this part of my story, or anything you do, right, can be seen as valuable. Let me just break this down for you. So there's three things, right, that's like most important about individuals and brands. It's what's in their hand, what's on their head, and what's in their heart, okay? What's in your hand is what you do. That's your skill. That's what you're gifted at. Say you play basketball, or you ride a horse, or you know how to do landscaping really well, or you know how to cook, or videography. Like, there's something interesting about what you can do with your hands. And that could be someone who knows how to yo-yo, skateboard. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever that thing is, that's in your hand, okay? Most people will follow you and connect with you because you do something great with your hands. You're skilled at something. You have a gift. Now, if you're skilled at something, you got a gift at something, then that's something valuable that you can share with the world. Then there's another thing about you, which is your identity, which I call what's on your head, right? So you got what's in your hand is your skill. What's on your head is how you look, how you sound, and your own personality. It's what makes you you. It's Tabitha Brown's fro, or Toby Nwigwe's mint and grill combo. It's Kev on Stage's bald head and his big smile. You know what I'm saying? It's Whoopi Goldberg and her dreadlocks. It's, whoever, right? Like, these people by their silhouette. You recognize their brand. You recognize their identity, right? That's how other people would describe this individual. So if someone can describe you, right, then you already have an identity that you can also capitalize on. Not a lot of people have the same hand and head combo. So they don't have the same skill and also look exactly alike. That's not, you know what I'm saying? Some people do that, like models or something like that, but they still have something about them that's different. Their personality, the way they sound, right? This is all stuff that people identify you with. The last thing is your heart. What's in your heart? What's your why? What's the reason why you get up? What's the reason why you continue to create? What's the reason why you push past? If you can identify those three things about yourself, or if you can ask people around you, those three things, I think you have a story to tell. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have something to share with other people that people can see valuable. But you got to think about it and not separate it, or not think about it as grandiose. But the real thing is, you guys are comparing yourself to other people. Oh yeah, that's what y'all do. Y'all comparing yourselves to other people because it's all you know to do. If you have a social media account, I'm not talking about a platform. I'm talking about if you have a login, which you do because you're watching me, You see somebody else and think like, man, I wish I had that. Or man, when is it gonna be my turn? You comparing yourself. And when you sit in that level of comparison, then you almost give uh, your uniqueness away because you're comparing your light to somebody else's light. Now, some people don't have their light turned all the way up. So not a lot of people can see it. They walking around dim because they don't want to be noticed or they want to be judged or they think they're gonna be judged by how bright their light is. But you can't control that, man. Like just shine. You really gotta shine, man. You really have to shine and be you 100% and don't ask people for permission to do that. And tell you and silence your anxiety. You know, and I know how crippling anxiety can be. I know that. I remember when my wife left on a 3-week silent retreat and I was alone and I had the opportunity to go see her and I was anxious and I was super scared. And a homie hit me. It was actually Eric Thomas was like, yo, what are you anxious about? And I was like, man, like, I'm just like, I don't know if like when I get there, if she's changed, you know what I'm saying? Or like, I don't know. I've never been without her this long and it's weird. And he was like, okay, we only need your wife at 100%, right? You need your wife at 100%. I was like, yeah. He was like, that. She's been operating at 20% for years. You know what I'm saying? She needs to be at 100%. Let her get to 100 and then we'll get you to 100. My anxiety was about it was a figment of my imagination. It was something that I thought was the truth, but what hadn't actually been walked out yet. I was scared that she was gonna want to stay away from me. You know what I'm saying? If I'm being completely honest, I thought she wasn't gonna want to come back around. And that scared me and that made me anxious. But on this side of it, I recognized that, dang, my wife needed a break. And it's never as bad as it is in your head. Our minds have a crazy opportunity and ability to play like these games to where we think that what we're seeing in our mind is actually real. You know what I'm saying? That's not the case. It's all a figment of our imagination because we make things, even our dreams, like we see stuff like meeting the person that we're going to be with. It's always more glamorous and like a fantasy in your head. Like it's not what it actually is. You know what I'm saying? The girl of your dreams gonna wake up with a stinky breath. You know what I'm saying? The man of your dreams gonna piss on the toilet seat at some point. You know what I'm saying? So like, let's not make it too big in our heads. Let's not make it too big in our heads. And that's what we do. We overthink. We think about how people are gonna perceive us, and then we settle, and we never do it. But I know for sure that if I never make another video, I never do anything else, I know that I've made a huge impact on many lives, you know? And all that is a decision to move forward and work and put one foot in front of the other. I could have just said, you know what? I think people are going to talk about me. And I think that people are going to judge me for putting my life out there. And I don't even know if I could tell my story well. And the thing is, I didn't tell it well at first. It was bad. You know, even still now, like even us figuring out this live, we're not doing it well. I'm talking to Brandon. He pacing back and forth. He trying to figure out we're online. I'm like, can y'all hear me? We not doing it well. We doing it though. And that's all that really matters. Just do it. Do it well later. Earn well. All right. I'm tapping out. I got a podcast interview I got to hop on in like an hour, and I want to finish some more work. What's up, bro?
Merch in the chat.
Oh yeah, you want to give away merch again today?
I want them to register so we can just have.
Oh, okay, cool. Got you. So Brandon's giving away more merch. Brandon's giving away merch like he made it. Brandon's ready to give out some merch. We about to give out some merch. All right, so we got some more Belief in Fatherhood merch, Made in Purpose merch. We got Strength and Dignity. We got Black Love. We got all types of merch. We don't know who's getting what, but we know if you type in merch in the chat, you might be able to get some merch. You're gonna win some merch. All you got to do is go to beliefingood.org. Okay, that's all you got to do. Type in merch in the chat. Go to beliefingood.org. Sign up for our website. That is where our nonprofit exists. That's where we have all of our content housed. Yeah, like do that. Beliefingood.org. Brandon's gonna type it in the chat. And yeah, man, shout out to everybody for being here. Shout out to CC for donating. We appreciate it. But yeah, we gonna make sure we connect with y'all. Shout out to Adiola Nwokoye, Patricia Drayton, and Yvonne Martin, who were the winners from yesterday's merch giveaway. But yeah, man, if y'all want some clothes, we got plenty of it. All right. Next week, because I'm not gonna be here tomorrow. I'm not gonna be going live tomorrow. We are doing Theo's birthday is tomorrow, so we're gonna be celebrating that. But next week, yeah, we're gonna go live again a couple more times. I'm trying to figure out how to get the split screen so me and the family can play video games on live. That's what I want. I want to play Boomerang Fu on live with all of them, and I want y'all to see all the characters come out as we play that game. We love playing that game. It's so much fun. But all right, y'all, thank you guys so much for watching. Protect your life, keep your network popping. If you're fortunate enough to be doing life with someone else, make sure you watch this video with them. And if they're not around, share it with them. See y'all next time. Peace.